The Wizard of Ur, a postmodern fairy tale. Interlude. Demons and Angels. TR awoke to find themselves floating on a makeshift raft made up of oak branches, drifting aimlessly in the midst of vast dark ocean. Dewey was basking lazily in the mid-morning sun, as if he did this sort of thing every day. His nonchalance in the face of adversity was nothing short of inspiring. "Hey there, sleepyhead," Dewey said aloud to TR, as they slowly roused themselves from sleep. "You can talk?" TR said incredulously. "Indeed," said Dewey. "You could understand me like the entire time?" queried TR. "Since day one," reassured Dewey, nibbling insouciantly on a piece of bluefin tuna. "I think it took that knock upside your head finally to see the light." TR rubbed their woozy head, upon which a crusty patina of purplish blood had formed. "That's going to leave a mark," Dewey remarked blithely. "You're telling me," said TR, "but where are we?" "Well, we were up in the clouds for a really long time," Dewey said. "I think that the flaming vortex that lifted us off planet Pangea dropped us on the other side of the world. It's been 3 days since you lost consciousness. 3 days. And 3 nights, actually. I thought you might be dead." "Well, I'm not," replied TR. "I don't exactly feel 100%, and I have these cuts and bruises all over my body, but I'll bounce back." "You had these huge nail-like splinters lodged in your wrists and feet, and on one side of your torso you had a fairly nasty-looking puncture wound," Dewey told TR. "I pulled the splinters out with my teeth. You'll have lasting scars, naturally. But you'll heal soon enough." TR examined her wrists and feet. They were wrapped in seaweed, secured with what looked to be fishing line. Her left side throbbed with the dull aching pain. "I did my best to treat the wound," said Dewey, "but it's not like I went to Harvard Medical School. And we lost your backpack in the vortex, by the way. Those seaweed bandages should help keep the wounds clean until we reach land. This oak raft isn't built for speed, but we seem to be drifting towards land. We could speed things up if we get some help." "Get help out here in the middle of this endless ocean?" queried TR. "Well, maybe the redfin sharks who've been circling us for the past few days could help," said Dewey. "Or the pod of 7 blue dolphins who stopped by yesterday when the sharks were off hunting for prey." Sure enough, as TR scanned the horizon, they saw 7 red shark fins slowly rotating around the raft in counterclockwise fashion. "Sharks, aren't they like man-eaters?" "Fortunately," said Dewey, "you're not a guy. You're a two-spirit. Sharks are totally misunderstood by humans anyway. Who do you think brought me this sashimi-grade bluefin tuna to snack on while you lingered in your near-death state for the past few days?" "The redfin sharks?" TR guessed. "Bingo," said Dewey. "Also, Langdon has been giving me intel on our approximate distance to land." "Who's Langdon?" asked TR. "An albatross," said Dewey. "A cool bird, a bit crazy in the head, but Langdon's been totally helpful in pointing out the way to shore. He's a free spirit, and rather illuminating for a bird. Great conversationalist. We've been talking quite a bit while you were sleeping. Langdon is really knowledgeable about all kinds of interesting stuff." "How is this even possible?" TR exclaimed. "You're a cat, Dewey. A cat! Cats can't talk to sharks, dolphins, and birds. Only we humans have the gift of speech." "That's where you were wrong," said Dewey. "How arrogant is that? As if God gave the gift of communication to one species only. Talk about a superiority complex. No wonder you guys got kicked out of paradise in the Bible. Arrogance, pride, glory. Y'all thought you were so special. Well, I've got newsflash for you. We are God's creatures too. Did you not read the book of Genesis? And we, creatures of land, sea, and air, communicate with each other like all the time." So TR finally said, after considering what Dewey had just revealed, "I can now talk to the animals ever since I was hit on the head and drifted in a near-death state for the past few days?" "Yep," said Dewey in response. "It's like you've come back from the dead or something. You're a totally different person now. I can see it in your eyes. You've got this," Dewey searched for just the right word, "glow of some sort, like you're transfigured or something. It's weird, but it's also totally cool." TR and Dewey were disturbed from their conversation by the approach of the 7 redfin sharks. They were beautiful creatures with a fearsome look that spoke to their lethality. Clearly, these were fish capable of killing at a moment's notice. Their jaws were filled with razor-sharp serrated teeth, and their first dorsal fin was a bright shade of crimson red. Otherwise, their sleek harpoon-like bodies were the brightest shade of white possible, with hundreds of iridescent gem-like spots in all colors of the rainbow. The largest of the sharks pulled up close to the raft and spoke to TR and Dewey in a flash of shimmering sparkle and frothy sea foam. Ave. They call me the Lightbringer. Welcome to the underworld. I rule this place. These are my homies. We are the guardians of this patch of ocean. Y'all need some help getting to shore? Actually, yes, said Dewey, since TR was still getting used to the fact that sharks could speak and was somewhat slow to respond. We're kind of thirsty by this point, and we're not exactly suited to a life on the sea. We're terrestrial beings, after all. We need earth under our feet, or paws in my case, in order to feel right. Can y'all help us out with that? Sure thing, said the Lightbringer. We'll push your raft to the edge of the underworld. After that point, you'll need to get the blue dolphins to help you from there. What's up with that? Asked TR, slowly getting used to the fact that they could now communicate with sharks. It's a turf thing, said the Lightbringer. Some bad blood between us sharks and dolphins. Long story. Water under the bridge by this point. But Magic Mike, Gorgeous Gabe, and Rockstar Ralph, they're the alphas in the pod, are a bit touchy about us sharks invading their territory. It's a West Side Story kind of thing. Sharks like Broadway musicals? TR asked. Damn skippy, said the Lightbringer. We listen to music all the time out here. We're always on the prowl looking for our next meal, so we have plenty of time to listen to tunes. The Blue Dolphins are more into Christian rock and boring, clean stuff like that. Not my kettle of fish, to be honest with you. Except maybe Maverick City Music. Those folks are good. We sharks are more into hardcore, explicit stuff like Eminem, Kid Rock, and gangster rap, and Pitbull and Dua Lipa, and controversial alt-pop stars like that. Basically, the only singers we sharks and dolphins can all agree upon are Taylor Swift, Britney Spears, and Madonna. We call them the Holy Trinity. We used to listen to music together all the time, sharks and dolphins, before the whole falling out thing. Whatever, it's a big ocean. We can agree to disagree and live in peace and harmony, as long as we respect each other's boundaries and rules. So, TR said in response to the Lightbringer's impromptu soliloquy, it's sort of like you sharks and dolphins are frenemies, right? We had trust issues, said the Lightbringer. The dolphins thought we wanted to eat them all the time, and they didn't approve of our bloodthirsty and voracious ways. They're mammals, warm-blooded creatures. We're fish, after all. Our blood runs cold. That's just how the Lord Almighty made us. Well, most humans think that sharks are the spawn of the devil, and that dolphins are the cutest thing ever, said TR. Even though the truth is that dolphins can be pretty rough when it comes to defending their pods from harm. Tell me about it, said the Lightbringer. Mike, Gabe, and Ralph are seriously tough dudes. They think they're the frickin' guardians of the galaxy or something. We don't mess with them anymore. I speak from experience. Hey folks, how about the whole getting to shore thing? Dewey interjected impatiently. Right, said the Lightbringer. I was wondering when you'd get to that. Yo, sharks, let's get this show on the road. And with that, the 7 redfin sharks gathered on one side of the raft and began propelling it eastward at a breathtaking speed. Are the blue dolphins as loquacious as you sharks are? Asked TR as the raft drifted relentlessly onward towards the distant shore. Nah, said the Lightbringer. They're more the strong, silent types. We're the big talkers of the ocean. It's a shark thing, I guess, said Dewey, as he bit hungrily into a fresh piece of tuna. Do you want us to deliver any message to the blue dolphins for you? Asked TR. Maybe I could help mediate this whole turf war of yours. I'm good that way. The Lightbringer thought TR's offer over. Okay, give Mike a message for me, will ya? Sure thing, said TR. What shall I tell him? Tell him the following. IDGAF. I as in idiot. D as in dumb bunny. G as in God bless you. A as in a-hole, and F as in the F word. Got all that? TR took out her iPhone, which fortunately still had 7% battery power left. She opened up her notes app and texted the following. To Magic Mike, Blue Dolphin, from Lightbringer, Redfin Shark, Turf War, B/T, Sharks plus Dolphins, open quotation, IDGAF, period, close quotes. Is that all? TR asked the Lightbringer. That's all, the Lightbringer said. He'll know what I mean. End of interlude.